right, speaking of life on Earth, the whales are part of the great circle of life, right? Now, there's a bunch of whales up in Canada at MarineLand, which was a troubled, basically an amusement park for marine life. Should have never been allowed to open, and it should have never been allowed to stay open as long as it did. The whales up there are sick. In fact, it was so bad, they closed the place down. And there was talk about putting all the whales down, euthanizing them at some point. Well, that was just unpalatable to the animal rights community. So the scheme, the plan that they've concocted is we're going to rescue them. We're going to take most of them, maybe 26, 28 of them, to aquariums in the U.S. 2 of them will be going to Spain, and that's the best we can do. That's controversial, but maybe it's the best we could do. Now, on the list of aquariums that are accepting the whales from Canada, Mystic Aquarium was not on the list. That I thought was a good thing, because when Mystic last took whales from MarineLand in Canada, it didn't go so well. They took 5 of them, and 3 of them died. And that was against the warnings from an animal expert who said, don't do that. It's too traumatic to take them down from Canada. If you want to help them, go up there. Mystic didn't listen. This is about 6, 7 years ago. They took 5 of them, 3 died. Okay, that's old business. Let's get to MarineLand now. MarineLand in Canada, there's a rescue effort going on. We're taking the whales, bringing them to the U.S. Turns out one of the whales, at least one, is going to an aquarium in Georgia. Now, the aquarium in Georgia said, we don't have enough room to accept this new one. So they shipped out an old one that they had. I mean, it's 17 years old. They shipped out one that they had, and they sent it to Mystic. And Mystic took it undercover at night. This was the scene last night right off Route 95. You can see the whale coming out of the transport tank. You see the water dripping off. Look, it may look disturbing, but this is how it's done. This is how it's done. You can see that caretaker there, one of the transport people, rubbing the whale's melon. The beluga has a prominent protuberance on its head. It's the melon. This went down in Mystic. They just let the news out that they took a whale from Georgia to make room in Georgia for a whale from Canada. All right, let me bring in my guest. My guest is Dr. Naomi Rose. She is with the Animal Welfare Institute. She studies whales. She knows what's going on in that community, and she knows what happened in Mystic. Good morning, Dr. Rose. Thanks for joining me. You're coming in to us from Virginia. All right, first take. Was it right for Mystic to take the whale from Georgia to make room for the whale from Canada? Your take on that?
I wish it were that black and white. I wish it were that simple. Unfortunately, this is a very nuanced, complicated situation. These animals do need to get out of MarineLand. MarineLand has become a cesspool. So the rescue, I'm not pleased that they're going to other captive facilities. I wish they were going to sanctuary. Right. But the fact is an operational sanctuary for these animals is not yet ready. And so they're coming here to the U.S. facilities. Moving Nunavik, that's the male that was moved last night from Georgia to Mystic to make room. That's what it was for, to make room, as you said, Gene, for these 2 whales that are going to Georgia. And the 2 whales that are coming from MarineLand to Georgia are young. They're smaller than Nunavik. And interestingly, and I'm a little concerned about this, Nunavik is a breeder. He's a stud. Oh. He's moved quite often. He was born at Shed Aquarium in Illinois. He was moved to Georgia for breeding purposes. He was then moved to SeaWorld Orlando, also for breeding purposes. And then he was moved back to Georgia, which is where he's been for a while. And now he's gone to Mystic. So he's a well-traveled whale. Yeah,
I mean, he moves more than a college freshman, back and forth almost every semester. You know, listen, I'm against this. As you know, you've been on my radio show. I think whales ought to be left alone in the wild. And if you want to study them, get a boat and go study them there. Maybe in a sanctuary where they could at least roam within a penned-in, gated area that's much larger than a tank off Route 95 in Connecticut. All right, so taking Nunavik up from Georgia, I guess you'll tolerate it. I know you don't advocate for it, because these kinds of transports, it's not pleasant for the animal. Just talk a little bit about that. Not at all.
So if you saw the video, you'll notice he's in a sling.
Yep.
And he's carried through the air by a crane. He's put on a truck. He's put on a plane. He's put on a truck, and then he's put back in the water. From his point of view, something very, very odd just happened, and very, very stressful, and very, very restricted. Yep. He was in that sling. He was in a box filled with water. He was in the air marine mammals don't fly through the air like that. So for him, from his perspective, that whole process was very stressful. You might have noticed how many people were around him.
Yep.
They're shouting instructions. There's a lot of noise. There's engine noise. This is normal for the industry, but it is not ever normal for these whales. Interestingly, the data show they never get used to it. Nunavik has traveled like this 4 or 5 times. It's like the first time every time to him.
Yeah, he was born at the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. Then he's traveled. Where did he go next? He ended up at SeaWorld.
He went to George Aquarium after that.
Okay.
Then he went to SeaWorld in Orlando in Florida.
Yeah.
Then he went back to George Aquarium, and now he's in Mystic.
All right.
So very well traveled, and yet every time he travels, he's not a frequent flyer in the sense of his psyche. From his perspective, every time is the first time. It's just as stressful.
Right.
He never gets used to it. That's what the data say.
All of it taken together, it was a bad, bad situation up in Canada. I know that you told Mystic, don't take 5 whales from them about 5 years ago. It's too traumatic. You're going to lose them. They lost 3 of the 5. Okay.
Amazing.
That's all aside. This is almost like a traumatic emergency situation.
Yes.
The best we could do now to save those whales in Canada, we got to take them.
That's exactly it.
And so I guess you'll tolerate the move of Nunavik up to
I'm
make
a pragmatist.
room?
You know, I'm a practical person. I work in this advocacy field. I feel very strongly for these animals, but I would burn out if I wasn't a practical, pragmatic person. This is the best we can do. What I urge the industry very strongly, all of these facilities, do not breed these animals. These are sick animals. You certainly shouldn't breed them right away. Getting Nunavik out of Georgia might have been a good idea because he's a breeder. You don't want him, breeding with anybody. Although for Georgia, the 2 whales are males, and they're young.
Yep.
They're not sexually mature yet, although they may be soon. So what I'm worried about is Nunavik's a breeder, and there are females in Mystic, including a couple of MarineLand females, the ones who survived.
Okay.
So I am urging all of these facilities to put these animals on birth control or separate them by gender, because if they breed, they are going to produce offspring that have the same genetic predisposition to an illness called storage disease as their parents. And that is introducing a bad set of genes into your breeding population. And you shouldn't want to do that if you're a responsible animal owner.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on Mystic, and I'll let you know if that happens. And you let me know the same thing if you find out that it happens. Dr. Naomi Rose, she's been on this story with me for quite some time. This is the transport of the whales and the rescue going on in MarineLand. Dr. Rose, thanks.
Thank you.